Zach, your velocity was up a couple miles per hour today. How did you feel, and how did you feel when you came out? It looked like it was going down a little bit.
Yeah, it was going down a little bit. I think that's why we made that decision. We have the guys in the bullpen that kind of be able to do that. So, I think we're all comfortable with it. But, yeah, adrenaline was going early in the game. Vila was up a little bit. So, it's kind of expected, I guess.
And Rob, was this a co-decision? Was it your decision? And can you talk about his performance and the performance of your two bombers tonight?
Yeah, I thought Zack's performance was outstanding. Threw 24 pitches in the first inning and then sell right in, got a lot of first pitch outs. Two-seamer was really good. All his pitches were good, secondary pitches. And, gave us 7 quality innings, and can't say more about it. It was really good. Usually when I make a decision, it's mine, but I want some input too, So we talked about it, and we talked about it after the 6th. And, we decided that, okay, we'll give you one more, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, we're going to go get Scott.
Well, I thought Darvish was really good, and we couldn't get much going. But, Harper, 3 straight games with a home run. And, Schwarber's ball was just completely flush. And so, with the great pitching we had tonight, that's all we needed.
Rob, 2 on, 1 out, Manny coming up, and you came out. What did you tell Alvarado, or what was your message in that mound meeting?
Well, we had a little confusion at second base on the Soto ball. So I just want to settle everybody down. The crowd's into it. You got the yellow flags going and all that stuff. And I just want to settle everybody down, make sure that we knew exactly what we're going to do. If they ran, what base we're going to throw to, remind the outfielders we're keeping the double play in order. And we're going to get a ground ball here and get a double play. But we didn't. We got a pop out and strike out. But I just want to settle everybody down a little bit.
And Zach, the reaction in the dugout when Kyle hit that home run, was pretty unbelievable. Where were you, and what was your reaction to that swing and how far that ball went?
I'm always down the stairs, kind of out of the noise and all that, just so I can, keep my head. But, heard everybody sort of, take off. So I ran up the stairs and I saw it land, and that was pretty crazy. I've never even seen that done in batting practice or anything.
Okay, we're going to go here in the middle.
Zack, I think 24 pitches to start that first inning, then you got in a groove. What enabled you to get to that point?
I think I had to settle down the nerves a little bit, had the nerves going as much as, I try to stay calm out there. I'm human also. So, the nerves got to me a little bit, but I was able to settle in, just try to stay on the game plan, throw first pitch strikes, get ahead of guys, and, try to get quick outs.
And then obviously Schwarber's home run makes it 2-0, but
Yeah.
How big a difference is that to get the extra run? And even momentum-wise, for him to hit the ball that far, what did it do for the team?
Yeah, Harp started us off, got the momentum going. I was able to keep the crowd quiet as much as I could. And then Schwarber just added that insurance run, and that's always big. It kind of takes away that one swing of the bat type deal that they can catch up. So, Schwarber's home run was big, and, we played a good game all around.
Okay, we're going to go Tyler, right here on the left.
Zach, these have been 3 just dominant years for you with the Phillies. What is it about being over here? Anything you've picked up these last few years to be that best version of yourself for the Phillies?
There's a lot that goes into it. I think Caleb has a lot to do with it. Our pitching coach. He's helped me manipulate the ball, I guess you could say, a little better. He sort of paints a picture for me of how to hold the ball, how to throw it, that type of deal, rather than just gripping a slider and trying to throw a slider. I think he's sort of sharpened my tools, I guess you could say. And, I think that sort of helped me get to the next level. But, just playing with this defense behind me, everybody kind of, talked about it. But, man, I'm comfortable with those guys behind me every day of the week.
And as for this year, in that sort of month, I guess, or 3-4 weeks from August 20th to September, how were you able to get stronger and come back the way you have?
Yeah, Paul works with me every day, our trainer, and can't say enough about him. He's there every day for me. and you know, he works his magic, and you know, we work hard, you know, to stay healthy and you know, be able to pitch, and I give a lot of credit to him.
Todd first, right here down the middle.
Zach, you've waited a long time for these postseason opportunities, and I'm just wondering how happy you must be about how you've performed, or you know, have you surprised yourself? Has it been as expected? You know,
It's kind of a blur, to be honest with you. I mean, you know, I go out there, I'm excited, just try to stay who I am, not get too high, not get too low. You know, just stay on the game plan, just throw strikes, and hopefully that works.
Yesterday you said it's just like any other start, but I imagine, explain the difference of the butterflies between a regular start in June versus today.
Yeah, I mean, you might be a little nervous before every start, you know, in the season, but you kind of get used to it, I guess you could say. You know, obviously playoffs, whole different story. Means a lot more every single game, every single pitch. You know, the fans are really loud, so you got to stay, you know, composed out there and not let that bother you. But yeah, I mean, you know, just trying to stay the same person.
And Rob, did you think about subbing Sosa in for defense in the ninth inning there with Alec? I think you've done that before, maybe.
Well, we pinch ran for him.
Or that, okay.
Yeah, but with his at bat coming up, same thing with Castellanos. Castellanos and Bomer coming up in the 10th. It would have been so. I don't like doing that.
And then, did you think that was a double play? I guess you know that ball there.
Yeah. So what happened was the umpire, when Bomer fielded the ball, the umpire was moving towards the mound from his position, and Bomer didn't actually see Stott coming. He was actually throwing the ball to Segura. He was the only guy he saw at the time. So it just kind of got caught in the middle with it, and you know, wasn't all that. I thought the ball could have been caught anyway, and get an out. But that's what happened. He came up, so the umpire was kind of in the way, and really didn't see Stott.
Okay, we're going to go forward.
Zach, given the circumstances of the stage, the setting, the situation, where would you rank this start in your career?
I think each start, you know, from the beginning of the playoffs is just topping one another, and you know, just the magnitude of it. So yeah, I mean, this is probably the biggest start that I've had.
Okay, next question there, Steve. Front.
Zach, I want to ask you sort of the dynamics of, you talked about the first 24 pitches or so, and then things got going for you. I'm wondering what happens during that period. I know sometimes if someone has a headache, you start thinking about the headache, and then suddenly it's gone.
Yeah.
Is that sort of what happens to you? You're thinking about the pitches, then suddenly you're just pitching and don't realize, or is there more? Is it different than that?
I think it's, you know, just calming the nerves, obviously, but, you know, just trying to stay on your game plan. Just those strikes, and once you get ahead of guys, get some outs, and just trust your stuff a little bit, I think it makes it a lot easier out there for the rest of the game.
Okay, two more quick ones. One right here in the front.
Zach, excuse me, you issued a 4-pitch walk. Then you had, I think, a 9-pitch at bat with
Machado.
Machado. Did that at bat help settle you, knowing that you had to sort of grind a little bit? It seemed like after that at bat, you were you.
Yeah, I mean, that was right off the get-go, just a battle. So, yeah, I mean, you know, it's Machado. He's battling up there, and you know, I'm just trying to throw my best pitch every single pitch, and you know, luckily he just flat out.
And Rob, you're up 1-0. We haven't really talked about you winning the game and what it means, you know, as far as you know, setting up the rest of the series for you.
Well, it's always nice to win the first game, but tomorrow's pretty important too, you know, because this is kind of a swing game. We're going to really take advantage of this series, especially with going home. But you know, they got a pretty good pitcher going out there, and we got to pay attention to detail and make sure we come out here and ready to play and play well. And we're gonna prepare, and we're gonna compete, and we'll do everything we can to play well tomorrow.
Okay, last one over here, Tyler.
Yeah, Zach, just one more thing. Back in 2015, when the Mets, you know, went to the LCS World Series, were you there with them, or were you still rehabbing somewhere else? Were you?
I was down in Florida rehab.
You were down in Florida. What were your emotions like watching them go through that without you? And do you think of that now that you're getting a chance to do it?
I don't think of it now, but yeah, I mean, it was tough to watch my friends, my teammates go out there and play in those type of games. You know, I wanted to be there. I wanted to compete. I felt like I should have been there, but, you know, obviously injury, you know, kind of stopped that. So, you know, now I'm here with the Phillies and having a lot of fun.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.